Time now for the Peter Channel 5 o'clock news and it's Friday evening, January 1st, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins. I have 5 o'clock news and odds on this Friday evening, New Year's Day. Top story at 5 is a sad one in the music world as Natalie Cole, a Bangladeshi jazzy singer who became a million-selling Grammy Award-winning pop hitmaker with her 1975 debut album, and went on to even greater popularity when she followed the example of the farmer. Nat King Cole, who from pre-rock, died at the age of 65 yesterday. Honolulu, President Obama will press ahead with a set of executive actions on guns next week despite growing concerns in the U.S. A gunman on Friday sprayed bullets from an automatic weapon near a pub in the Israeli city of Tel Aviv, killing 2 people and injuring at least 7 others before fleeing, police said. Istanbul, Turkey issued a statement on Friday that it was comments by President Recep Tayyip Erdogan in which he said it had a response to a question about whether a strong presidency was possible in Turkey, what has been misinterpreted. Munich, Germany received a tip hours before midnight that militants from Iraq and Syria were planning New Year's attacks in Munich, but police could not find the suspect and not even sure if they existed in the country, the city's police chief said. Former U.S. Representative Mike Oxley, a 12-term congressman from Findlay, who co-sponsored the landmark Sarbanes-Oxley Act, died Friday. He was 71 years old. Bagram Base, Afghanistan. A car bomb outside a popular Kabul restaurant on Friday evening left at least 2 people dead and 15 injured, officials said. Seoul, South Korea. South Korea's leader, Kim Jong-un, said in his annual New Year's speech on Friday that he was willing to discuss reconciliation with South Korea, but warned that the North's military would keep working with the developed more diverse. Dubai, a series of radiant officials vowed on Friday to expand Tehran's missile capabilities, a challenge to the United States, which has threatened to impose new sanctions even in the vast bulk of its measures against Iran are due to be lifted under. The latest developments on flooding in the Midwest. At St. Louis County Executive Steve Center has lived in a state of emergency that has been in place for nearly a week due to widespread flooding. He wished Happy New Year to a stranger before saving her life and never saw midnight until it was a 25-year-old heroic man after shoving a woman to safety from a plunge to the lower side. Elevator in the Lower East Side of Manhattan was fatally crushed inside a car before 10 o'clock. The Alaska pilot who died after his plane clipped in the building where his wife works at a crash in downtown Anchorage committed suicide, a family spokeswoman said on Friday. In Moscow, Russia, updated national security strategy signed this week by Russian President Vladimir Putin listed NATO as a threat to the country. In Kigali, Rwanda President Paul Kagame announced in a televised New Year's speech that he is planning to run for a 3rd term, and in Tel Aviv, Israeli high schools are not permitted to teach for life the forthcoming book about an Israeli woman and a Palestinian man falling in love. In Pasadena, California, a handful of skywriters at the Rose Bowl are definitely not voting for Donald Trump. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, police there have arrested a man and a woman who say disrupted the annual New Year's Mummers Parade as both were taking part in the protest organized by Black Lives Matter and other groups. Now, Standard & Poor's 500 index that is essentially flat for the new year after the day's moderate losses negative for the red for 2015. New York, Mount Pharmaceutical Sanchez defended trimmed his firm stake in the illegal drug company cited tax reasons. As the recent statement about it, the Labor Department of Employment claims have reached 28,700 from 20,000 on Thursday, reached the highest level in almost 6 months. Researchers are developing a new 3D printed technique to create flexible surface structures the highest rate for low prosperity and cracking. Summit, New Jersey. Some residents in Summit, New Jersey woke up to a New Year's surprise Friday morning when a bear was spotted hanging outside a tree in a busy street. Paris climate conference, nothing but hot air. Scientists found high sucrose and fructose intake in mice leading to decreased risk of breast cancer and metastasis of the lungs. Hamburg, New York. Imagine being charged with DUI when it's been out since you had a drink, only to later discover that your body brews its own alcohol. Health officials in Puerto Rico reported the island's first case of Zika mosquito-borne virus recently linked to the rise of serious neurological disorder among newborns in Brazil. In November, Chipotle closed 43 restaurants in Washington State and Oregon after dozens of diners reportedly fallen ill, contributed to the outbreak that now spent 9 states and hundreds of possible cases. Peter Channel News time, 5:04 p.m. Time for sports report here. The Boston Bruins get dominated from start to finish as they fall to the Montreal Canadiens Winter Classic at Gillette Stadium 5-1. As well more that on the Sports Medal coming up at 10 o'clock. With shiny orange committee sector to sweat-soaked face at a celebration after the Orange Bowl, Word along clubs the line Becker. Ben Mueller knew the time was right to make a bold statement. A day before Friday's Citrus Bowl, Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh mused, he searched his field and thought long and hard about it. Peter Chaladusab, 5:05, and it's time to have a Trevor report here on this Friday evening here. And it's looking good. And let's start off at Gillette Stadium after the Winter Classic got over as Route 1 on the northbound side it is backed up after 495. A reference stretched all the way up to Route 95 insured. Route 1 of the southbound side is backed up from 95 insured all the way out down to Rent from here. Route 95 on the northbound side it is backed up from 27 insured all the way out to Route 120. They can be doing an accident here on 95 northbound side before Deposit Street and Dogwood here. And we got a couple of accidents on Route 1 southbound between the F. Gilbert State Forest area in Foxborough, so expect some delays here. Let's take a look at the other highways around New England where mass parking the east spots at a little so before Route 128 in Weston here. And I-91 on the northbound and southbound side a little so for the Greenfield stretch for Deerfield here. I-91 on both ends, a little over the Woodstock stretch. I-89 on the both ends, also between Lebanon and New London, New Hampshire. 93 on both ends, also between Lincoln, New Hampshire, and all the way up to Littleton, New Hampshire here. I-89 on both ends, so between Randolph and Berlin, Vermont here. And I-91 on the northbound side, southbound side, it is so from the Canada border all the way at the Derby, Vermont. But otherwise, a smooth sailing coming on highways and byways of New England there. And look at that MBTA alerts here. Ferries, they are looking good here. On the subway, it is looking good. And on the commuter rail, it is looking good. Peter Chaladusab, 5:07 here on this Friday evening, New Year's Day of 2016 here. And it is time now for a weather report here. Okay. Current conditions here in North Massachusetts at 5:07 p.m. here. It is 40 degrees overcast, guys. Humidity 55%. Wind speed northwest around 3 and a droop about 25 degrees. Okay. Let's take a look at our current conditions here. It's 39 degrees in Boston, it's 38 in Beverly and Gloucester, and it's 37 degrees out in Bedford and Fitchburg, 38 in Lawrence, 34 in Worcester, 35 in Sturbridge, it's 38 in Norwood, 41 in Taunton, 41 in Martha's 14, and then New Bedford, it's 39 in Plymouth and Provincetown and Chatham, it's 41 in Martha's 40 in Nantucket, it's 47 in Providence, 41 in Block Island, it's 42 in Montauk, 40 in Islip in New York City, 40 in Bridgeport and New Haven, it's 36 in Denver and Waterbury, it's 39 in Meriden and Norfolk, Connecticut, it's 38 in Winthrop, Connecticut, it's 37 in Springfield, it's 37 in Greenfield, Massachusetts, 34 degrees in North Ethel, Massachusetts, 32 in North Adams, Massachusetts, 33 in Pittsfield, 34 in Albany and Silver Springs, New York, and Rutland, Vermont, it's 32 in Benton, Vermont, 36 degrees in Keenan, Lebanon, New Hampshire, 29 degrees in Brevard, Vermont, it's 36 degrees out in Laconia and Manchester, New Hampshire, 38 in Cork, New Hampshire, and in Nashville, New Hampshire, 39 in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and 38 degrees up in Portland, Maine. Okay, look at that. Start the map. Shows a station front for the Gulf of Mexico, to the coast front for the Gulf of Mexico, stretching down Florida and up the Atlantic seaboard here. And we've got a warm front east of the Manitoba here. Followed from Ontario, stretching it down from Wisconsin, and down for southern Minnesota, down for southeast and South Dakota here. A low pressure with a front away from southwest Montana, down for Idaho. A low pressure in south central Colorado with a front away from central Colorado, stretching in Kansas here. Front away from San Francisco Bay, down to the California coast, and a front from Arizona, down for the Baja California coast, and a front from Tennessee, down for South Carolina here. And we got high pressure ridges here up the California coast, western Texas and Oklahoma, and eastern Washington, and another ridge in the Intermountain region here. 26 degrees on temperature right now in Detroit. It is 36 degrees in Pittsburgh with a photometer from Ontario switched up to Quebec. 44 degrees in Washington, D.C. 45 in Atlanta, Georgia. 82 in Miami, Florida. It's 48 in Dallas, Texas. 49 in Brownsville, Texas. 38 in Kansas City. 34 in Omaha, Nebraska. 27 in Chicago. 30 in Minneapolis, St. Paul. 26 in Great Falls, Montana. 44 in Seattle. 46 in San Francisco. 63 degrees in Los Angeles. It's 44 in Las Vegas. 19 in Salt Lake City. 33 in Denver. 32 in Albuquerque, Mexico. 62 degrees out in Phoenix, Arizona. All right, let's look at radar here, and it shows some snow showers coming a bunch off of Route 128 from Beverly, stretching all the way down 80 and coming a bunch of central and western Massachusetts and Northern Connecticut, and stretching to southern Vermont, around eastern New York, Mini Albany area, and stretching out from southern New Hampshire and up in the southern Maine here. While seeing some spotty rain showers around southwestern portions of Martha's Vineyard and some spotty rain showers in the long side between New Haven, Connecticut, and Riverhead, Long Island there. And we're zooming out, and it shows some rain, snow showers coming a bunch of Vermont, New Hampshire, and western and northeastern portions of Maine, and some spotty snow showers from eastern Quebec, stretching down south of Montreal, and the northeastern portions of Ontario, stretching up upstate and upstate central portions of New York State, and a lot of snow showers also around western New York, part of Lake Quebec, snow showers, and stretching to Memphis, west central and northwestern portions of Pennsylvania here. And zooming out, and it shows some snow showers by western portions of Ontario and northeastern portions of Ohio here. While we're seeing some spotty rain showers, a lot of rain showers from off Virginia stretching down through the Carolinas and down from southern Georgia to northern Florida and stretching to the Gulf States and southeastern Texas here. And a lot of rain showers in west central portions of Texas. And the western United States, dry from the western United States stretching up to the Great Lakes here. Except for snow in western Ontario here, and seeing some spotty rain showers in the southeastern portions of Alaska, and some snow, sleet, and rain showers from southern Alaska here. Alright, let's look at the satellite loop, and it shows a lot of clouds from the Pacific coast, stretching all the way down to Mexico, stretching down from the southeastern corner of the country, and then up in the United States at the sea. Patchy clouds from the northeastern states in Atlantic Canada, stretching around the Great Lakes around eastern portion of Wisconsin and northern Illinois, down for eastern Iowa, and a lot of clouds from the Four Corner region, stretching it up into the Northern Rockies and the Pacific Northwest, and up to British Columbia, and up to Alberta, and then down for Saskatchewan, and the west central portions of Manitoba here. Okay, let's take a look at our forecast discussion here. As scattered hit or miss flurries and snow showers expected this evening, with even the risk for a local heavy snow squall. Mainly dry, but safely chilly temperatures on tap for this weekend as out to Gary arrives Monday and Tuesday, which will bring beds of ocean effects, snow to the east coast of Massachusetts, especially at Cape Cod. A warmer trend will follow immediately. Dry weather front the western next week. Scattered flurries and snow showers this evening with even risk for a locally heavy snow squall into the near-term forecast. A pretty strong show wave approaching the front the west was combined with lake effect moisture as a result will be hit or miss. Scattered flurries and snow showers that will spread the region from west to east front early this evening. As is typically the case in this situation, the activity will be hit or miss with many locations not seeing anything. The one thing we'll have to watch in front of the potential for a localized heavy snow squall too. The snow squall parameter on the enemy and the GFS is shown to increase over 2.0 for a time early this evening as a parameter taking effect from 0 to 2 kilometers most to potentially instability also includes the low level forcing. With that said, it's still quite a challenge to determine the situation when this activity is able to develop or survive the triple event of Berkshire's Alberta. If a localized squall or two occurs, a quick 1.5 inch of snow along with a very brief poor visibility would be possible in weird ways. As high as risk would be across the interior high trade, but can be read out across most of the region as a special weather statement has been issued to mention this potential. As otherwise, shock wave. As this, the reach by late evening should eventually see some partial cooling after midnight at least across the central plains as expecting low temperatures to be in the 20s. Alright, 7-day forecast. It goes like this. For tonight, we are going to see some scattered snow showers mainly before 10 p.m. Most skies gradually becoming most skies about 26 degrees. Western about 6 to 8 miles an hour. Anticipation 40%. New snow accumulation less than half an inch possible. For Saturday, most skies about 37 degrees. Western about 8 to 11 miles. Gust is 23 miles an hour here. For Saturday night, most skies about 25 degrees. Southwestern about 3 to 5 miles an hour. For Sunday, most skies about 40 to about 23 degrees. Western about 3 to 8 miles an hour here. For Monday, most of the podcast got about 27 North Wind, not a typo, 9 degrees. For Tuesday, Saturday, the most good got about 24, no about 16 degrees. For Wednesday, Saturday, the most good got about 37, no about 24 degrees. Thursday, most of the podcast got about 42, no about 27 degrees. And for Friday, most of us got about 42 degrees. Here's what a phrase of the evening. Snowy evening in the store. People say, good evening, good positive to us. We're 11 o'clock for a late night report. Have a good evening.